Here are my pickups from the world's largest flea market. Um, I'll have to say it was pretty large, over 400 acres of dealers. Small portion was antiques, and that's where I focused on the antique section. A lot of it was in the Civic Center and the field just outside, and then there was an open air building down the road a little bit. It's a good time. And then there's a lot of food booths. Just wasn't a lot of sitting down. I think I went 3 hours straight before I took my first break. And this is in Canton, Texas. It's the first Monday weekend of every month, and it's just huge. But there's a lot of people I hadn't seen before, and there's some good deals there, and I'll show you some that I found this weekend. First thing was a 1974 Stan Mikita pin. And then I found a batch of these gumball machine charms. There's a couple movie stars in there. Here's James Cagney. They're pretty small. They're little plastic charms from a gumball machine. There's a Western actor. I haven't identified him yet. Black hat. May have been a villain. This appears to be Bob Feller. This one looks like it could be Lefty Gomez. And Roy Campanella. And then at the same booth, I found a nice batch of ticket stubs. Willie Mays All-Stars from 1956. Played at Andrews Field, Fort Smith, Arkansas. Picked up a batch of 6 of them. I think they're pretty cool. I'm always looking for unusual ticket stubs. And believe it or not, the same guy had a bunch of Michael Jordan cards in a box. So I picked up a few baseball Michael Jordan cards, some basketball ones. Nothing really expensive was in that box. A couple more of them. McDonald's. Here's a Sports Illustrated for kids golf card, and a couple Upper Deck baseball cards. And then I went down the aisle a little bit, found a guy that had a George Mike and Wheaties card, so I picked that up. In the booth across the aisle from him, he had a few autographed cards, so I picked them up. LK Line, Orlando Cepeda, and Brooks Robinson. And he gave me a good price because I bought 3, so I didn't have to pay the sticker price. And down that aisle, there's another guy. Bought a bunch of newer rookies from this guy. Got a Wade Boggs Fleer, Roger Clemens, a Dorman's Herbeck Gooden sticker. On the back of those look like that. Don't see those very often. A couple Tony Gwynn rookies. A couple more Tony Gwynn rookies. And one more Tony Gwynn rookie. And the Columbus Clippers Don Mattingly. And the Kirby Puckett rookie. And the Cal Ripken Jr. rookie. As you can see, I had some fun at that show. Picked up some oddball things like 84 O-Pee-Chee, Cal Ripken. This is cut from one of those sticker boxes. Oh, Ryan Sandberg rookie. Another Ryan Sandberg rookie. And the 65 Tops Embossed Carl Yastrzemski card. I can hear Pepino singing in the background. So I also got this from the guy. I don't know if you can get the focus on it. It's a 1930s Dizzy Dean winner's pin. It says Dizzy Dean on the back. The Dizzy Dean winners. And then another gentleman, I bought a batch of cards that had, I bought this whole stack here for 2 Yastrzemskis for $5 from a guy. Has some Sports Illustrated cards you don't see very often. Whitey Herzog, Mark McGuire, Vince Coleman, and also in that $5 pile was a couple of these. He figured those were worth $1 a piece. I didn't know what they were for sure. They're blank back. One of them's got a crease, one of them's really nice. So I got home, I did some research, and I noticed a friend of mine from St. Paul had a SGC4 Paul Dean on eBay for $200. They're gold medal flower from 1934. So that was a sweet find. And then a lady had this pack of autographs sitting on her table, and it said $3 a piece on them. So I looked through them, and I figured, yeah, I'd be willing to pay $3 a piece for the whole pile. And I asked her, how much do you want for the whole pile? And she says, oh, how about $20? You know, my jaw dropped, and I'm sitting there, yeah, I could give her the $20, or, you know, I could tell her, you know, what they're really worth. So I know there was a Joe Gordon autograph in there, Harry Hooper, Chuck Bednarik, Jim Taylor from the Packers. So I said, they're worth a lot more than that. And she goes, well, I do estate sales, and those mean nothing to me. They'll mean a lot more to you. You know, $20 is fine. I go, well, here, I'll give you $30. Just, you know, that's almost $1 a piece. And there's a lot of them in there from the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, common guys, but they're worth a couple dollars a piece, maybe up to $5. But the main 5 that I got in there are pretty cool. But it had George Selkirk sitting on top. I'll just go through the highlights. Here's the Chuck Bednarik. And the Jim Taylor. Hall of Famer Joe Gordon. Hall of Famer Harry Hooper. And some of them were signed like this, where this says Andy High played in the National League from 1922 to 1934. Those are kind of cool. And this Bob Allison, that's a pretty good autograph. Here's another one of those. Clyde Barnhart played for the 27 Pittsburgh Pirates. And this Mike Gazzella played for the 1927 Yankees, although he didn't play in the World Series itself. And then I just kind of couldn't pass this up. A big stack of bird cards for $5. Nice old artwork. They look pretty vintage, maybe even Victorian era. There's an albatross. I've only gotten one of them on the golf course in my life, so. And then there was a set of these Topps foldouts, 1983. It's the full set with the home run leaders. And they fold out and you get pictures of all the home run leaders from that. Here's the pitching leaders. This one's the batting leaders. There's Rod Carew. Relief aces. There's Raleigh Fingers. And the stolen base leaders. And these are like accordion style. You pull them out and you'll get a big long picture of all the leaders in that category each year. And got a couple tickets from the Baseball Hall of Fame 1992. I'm just anything paper and it's a ticket. I've been picking it up. Okay, 1991 box bottom. Nolan Ryan on it. This was in another lot from that guy I got the gold medal flower from. I spent a little bit of money from him, just, you know, someone gives you a good deal. I'm glad I did spend the money even though I didn't know what I was buying. 89 Topps. Ripken, Schmidt, and Ryan, and Jim Rice. 4 Hall of Famers. Here's an 89 with Henderson, Lasorda. Couple Hall of Famers there. This one has no Hall of Famers. 88. Don Baylor's probably the big star. And another 88 with Darryl Strawberry, Eric Davis, Joe Carter, and then this guy come running up to me and he had some Ohio cards from 1957, and didn't have the Roger Maris, didn't have the Rocky Colavito or the Bob Feller, but he had early win. Not even sure if Bob Feller is in that set. And another early win. Bob Lemon. And Bob Lemon again. These are Standard Oil of Ohio premiums from 1957. And most importantly, the Don Massey. And Double the Pleasure with Don Massey again. In another booth I found this Stan Musial 5x7. It's from his last appearance at the Astrodome. It's not very expensive. And then if you tip the paper just right, let's see, you can see that it's signed, but his autograph is pretty much faded. You can just barely see it unless you tip the light just right. I don't know if I can get that here. When I want glare, I'm not finding it. But there is a Stan Musial autograph that pretty much faded away on there. And the last but not least, Spalding 1915-1916 basketball guide with both covers and pictures of basketball teams from that year. It's a pretty cool book. If you've never had one, just pick one up sometime at a show or something and see if someone will let you kind of look through it real quick. They're pretty cool. So that's my world's largest flea market experience. I'll put a little video out there of a few things at the show, and enjoy it. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day. Ryan rookie. What are you asking on that?
$7.50. Fresh today.
How about the... I'm here at the world's largest flea market. Let's see what we can find today.